everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 Toyota Corolla and its 8-speaker JBL sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls, and speaker locations. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on the system, check out the link to our members-only sound test. I record songs requested by viewers like you. It helps support the channel, and we have a good time. So check out the link in the description if you want to see it. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look. This is the standard fare Toyota Corolla hatchback. However, for 2023, it's been updated. The looks have been updated slightly. It would require a keen eye, maybe a side-to-side comparison to really know what the difference is. But we've got some styling tweaks, as well as the improved infotainment system, the 8-inch screen featuring Toyota's vastly improved infotainment system. If you do want to see more on the car, check the link in the description. We've got that members-only test, a fuel economy test, DM review, winding road drives, all of that will be in the link below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. I recommend listening with headphones so you can hear exactly what I hear in the driver's seat. We also did the test with the sound settings set to their factory default, so let's take a look at those now. Like I said, a vastly improved 8-inch touchscreen here from Toyota. It's got the new infotainment system that we're seeing on a lot of Toyota vehicles. Some people don't love the way it's kind of tacked onto the dash here, but I think it's effective and within nice reach of the driver. If you want to see a more detailed breakdown of the infotainment system, check the link below. We've got an infotainment review. We're here on the media screen. We're going to go actually down to the settings screen. This is one thing I don't like about the new Toyota systems, is having to go to a separate screen for your sound settings. Down here to sound tuning, we're greeted with adjustments for treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those. Decent amount of adjustability. I just don't like how precise you have to be with your finger. Those are very small adjustments there, and when you're stopped, it's not a big deal. But when you're driving and trying to make subtle tweaks to your EQ, it's hard to get it just right. Below that, you have a slider for front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. You can move this circle all around and have it tweak exactly where you want the music. And then there is a recenter option, fortunately, right there. And that's all you've got for audio adjustments. For audio controls in the Corolla, you have a volume knob here, but with this new system, no more physical controls for track selection. So just volume knob, no clicks, and then a volume rocker on the left side of the wheel here. Like I said, for track selection, you're just can only use the touch screen there. Got to do that, but then you do have the driver's side wheel on the right side for track selection. For audio inputs in the new Corolla, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support, and a USB-C port up there for data, and built-in Amazon Music and Apple Music for streaming. What does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no USB-A port, and there's no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and there's no Spotify, Pandora, or Tidal, or any of those other streaming services, but having a few built-in is still many more than a lot of manufacturers give you here in 2023. For speaker locations, we're looking at, like I said, an 8-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door woofer here, 1, mid-ranger up there, 2, tweeter 3, 4, 5, 6 on the other side. And then back here in the doors, you've got, it's probably about a mid-ranger woofer there, 7 and 8. Actually, we should double check, make sure there's not a hidden subwoofer in here. Sometimes brands don't like to count the subwoofer as a proper speaker. No, I don't see any subwoofer, but it does look like somebody left a box of mineral sunscreen stick. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get this stuff put away. We're gonna head out on the road. messy that sounds. I mean, aside from the concrete highway that we're on here and bringing in a good amount of road noise, the mid-ranges in the system are just so gross on your ears. It's really a shame because you listen to some more basic music and you're like, oh yeah, decent bass, decent treble, it sounds pretty good. But it's so harsh and sloppy with that more complex, that guitar going through there. It's unenjoyable to listen to. But for this next track, we will turn the bass all the way up, see how it sounds. Oh, all it did was make everything quieter. Interesting. Essentially no difference. Toyota's website, this system makes 800 watts of power, and I don't really know what it's doing with it because it falls on its face when you crank up louder, more complex music like this. It doesn't sound good. Now, if you're static and you're listening to something kind of simple, bass, treble, that sort of deal, it sounds pretty good. I'm actually impressed with the amount of bass that comes through from these door woofers and not having a subwoofer back there, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I don't enjoy listening to music turned up loud in the system, especially more complex music. Alyssa and I took a little trip in this car over the weekend, and just the night before we took a few-hour trip in her Chevy Bolt without the Bose system, just the bass sound system in her Bolt. And this car is not really that much better than it. It's a little more crisp. The high ends come through a little bit better, but mid-range is just about the same. So I've fallen throughout the week from starting at kind of a low B for the system and then a C. I'd be at the very bottom range of a C right now, and it's only being held on by the bass in this car. So C minus, that's what we're giving it. Not very impressed. I don't think JBL should be very proud to put their name on the system, especially when you can get in a Mazda 3 for the same price and get the Bose in there. Oh my gosh, that system's fantastic compared to this. So yeah, pretty disappointed. I mean, I really like the infotainment. I'm glad Toyota's doing that in all their trims, but don't bother stepping up to the more expensive Toyota Corolla trim just to get the JBL system. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on it, check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, Drive on.